Good morning, everybody. Okay, well, instead of writing those things down, I guess I can just verbalize it. I saw I got a new follower, Saiku Berry. Thank you very much for following. That's awesome. Okay, so today, I'm gonna have to read this because it's another long one. let me look at this. You are hearing the patter of light rain on your roof. And so I kind of wanted to start off with this, but the first thing I might want to do is I'm going to add, in modular terms, a little quantizer, but I guess in more DAW terms, it's a scale effect. So let's look for scale, and then we're just going to, and because this isn't actually tuned, I'm gonna, let's see, it's a MIDI effect, right? Scale. Let's find, let's start off with major pentatonic. What do you think? So you see, when I add that scale, it's actually now only going to be sequencing notes within that scale. Hey, Bonch Bonch Bonch. Hey, Xavier. Comment ça va? Vous entendez le crêpement d'une pluie légère sur votre toit. Je suis désolé, mon prononciation c'est pas top. But I'm very happy to see you. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. Can you guys hear that mutable rings? Xavier Mutable Instruments, as you might know, is a French company founded by Emily, and she makes some really great modules. I believe they're all digital, but I think she's a genius. So we're in major pentatonic, and we're just gonna go ahead and let's put rings in. And we'll let this kind of dictate where the song goes. I think we can dampen this, and then we'll just bring it in. So let's go ahead and record this in. I'm gonna go ahead and give us a little 4 on the beat for now. Happy April, by the way. Let's go ahead and use... Ooh. That's really a destroyed sounding kick drum. Let's go ahead and just use this 909. Okay. And light pattering of rain, we could be a little aggressive today. Let's go to 127. Okay. And I'm gonna actually turn down the volume of that kick. I just want to be able to hear it. Okay. We are recording. Here we go. Let's turn this up. Some brightness. The only knob I'm not going to be touching today is the frequency. We've also got a little bit of that weird, quirky tape delay from beads. And we're also taking, I just have the reverb on maximum on beads too. That's also a Mutable Instruments module. And now I'm just shifting the position of this. This algorithm, I said I was going to read the manual, but I think this is the strings algorithm. So, Xavier, this is the month we're going to release the remix. I'm going to be releasing a remix that Ayakano did of the second track of my last album that was released last year called Model Earth for Earth Day on April 22nd. Maybe we could do a little debut on that day, or maybe even the day before on this channel. These transitions are actually a little too abrupt for me, but I think we could I'm liking these little plucky sounds a little bit better. And then every so often bring in a little Okay, I'm thinking I'm gonna bring this down now. Hey, aloha de l'ambicio. Buenos dias. How's everything? All right, let's see, how far are we in on this recording? Oh yeah, we've got enough material to work with. Let me go ahead and bring this down. We can do that abruptly. It's a good way to end it. Let it fade out. Okay. So now let's figure out our root key. I know we're in major pentatonic, so let's go ahead and play this. I'm gonna turn that off. Let's use the Prophet to figure out our root key. And scale, we were major pentatonic. Actually, if you guys are interested in the push, this is what that interface looks like. So I'm usually, looking at my notes, oops, not layout. There we go. And I'm usually able to just, you know, scroll through all of my tracks from here, so I don't even have to look up at my screen. So I want to be at the Prophet. But if I want to go to scale, I just press scale, and I've chosen harmonic minor right here. You just use any of these encoders to scroll through, or harmonic major, right? That's where we are. So now I just want to find my root key. It's not C. I know A is in there. Maybe we use the Moog, huh? It's easier on a regular keyboard. Maybe it is A. Or E. Let's try E. Yeah, it's E. Sound like E to you guys? Maybe it's easier to create a bass line first. Oh, maybe it isn't E. We have to play this again. Actually, let's go ahead and I'm gonna duplicate this, and then I'm just gonna loop out. Actually, it's a little too chaotic over here. Add some effects for right now. Just gonna put Ableton's Echo on there. Although, wait, no, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put Echo Boy, because I just updated Sound Toys, and I'm just curious to see if it's gonna work. Sound Toys 5 was just updated to be M1 native, and I just want to see if things are working. It snows a lot. You know, I heard from Lil Keyboard on Twitter that it was snowing a bit in northern France. Oh my gosh. That's pretty crazy. All right, let's see. Yeah, it is E, isn't it? Maybe the Pro 1 is not in tune. Maybe just something, yeah, we'll do 4 on the floor today. Let's move this up. Let's find a better kick. Maybe just a 606 for right now. Something like that. What do you think? Whew, my hands were getting a little tired there. Let's take this. See if I got my timing. Oops, nope. Not quite, huh? 12. Let's see. I wonder. Yeah. Let's do this. Okay. Too much release on that, but we'll mess around with the envelope a little bit later on. Duplicate. Actually, keep duplicating that. We'll have a 16 bar loop, and then we could change this up in our key a little bit. Ooh, I kind of like that. I kind of like that better. We don't need that last note. And what do you think? Maybe we do this. So we're syncing this. LFO this, the pulse width. Or maybe, you know what I'm gonna do? Let's see. Of oscillator B, so that maybe we get some cool harmonics. Let's see how that... No, wait. Oh, I have to oscillate oscillator... I have to modulate oscillator A for that. Let's go with this. This is a little bit of a more... It's not a typical sound that I like using, but it's good to get out of some of those patterns that I mean, I usually just like the square wave, unsynced, slightly detuned, and it just gives it, I don't know, I guess the typical wave type sound. But let's go with this one. This one, it's still a square wave, but we sync the oscillators, and we're also modulating the frequency of oscillator A, which will give us like a... And actually, I can probably do this manually as well. I kind of like that. It'll be a little different. Here we go. Can you hear me? Okay, good. Okay, so it'll sound very humanized because my knob twiddling wasn't the best, but let's keep it. Let's hear what this sounds like. I'm gonna turn off. Let's just hear the transit. Oh yeah, okay. Since it's kind of a... It's not... Let's add some echo to this. There we go. Okay, now we're getting some... That's a little more interesting, yeah. Hopefully it's not going to get too washy on the low end. Let's see. Or muddy. Let's add a little bit of EQ. I don't really use these types of EQs, but let's try it today. This is passive EQ. I think this is Native Instruments. Yeah, it's a soft tube one. So yeah, that adds something nice. Yeah, it definitely brings it up in the mix. Cool. Okay, the other thing I'm gonna do is duplicate this, and then I'm gonna take this part over here and loop it as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this over here. I'm going to use some follow actions. So because I only want this part, this first part, and this kind of last part over here to be looping together. You know, we can easily do this in the arrangement, but you can also add a follow action over here so that we get to the next, oh yeah, okay. Follow action next, linked one time, and then so for this one, I'm gonna have to add the follow action and go previous. And then these are some chance elements as well that I'm going to put it 100% on that side, linked, and so it'll go one time. And when I click play, you'll see this one blinking because it's queued up. This one plays. That one will queue up. So they're just going to keep bouncing back and forth. I'm thinking that, and then I'm going to add in a really big reverb here. Maybe some crystallizer. Oh. Do I have a robot? Do I have a robotic voice right now? Can you hear me? Okay. Okay, this is good. This is good. Okay, so we've got our Prophet 6 over here. Oh, before we do that, one thing I wanted to try actually, and we can actually do that with the Prophet 6. No, let's put it on the VST. I forgot that I had this cool Max for Live device called Polyform, and I just got an email yesterday that the developer updated it. It's this guy in Brazil, Icario Ferre, and he makes some really great Max for Live devices. Let me find it here. It's called Polyform, and what it will do, I've put it on here before, but let's see, Max for Live. It's a MIDI effect, Polyform 1.1. I'm going to take this one off because now we're at 1.1. What this will do is it'll listen to MIDI on a certain channel. So in this case, I just want it to listen to my bass line. And it's going to produce these chords or just send out MIDI to that track. Oh yeah, it really does look different. Oh, there we go. It doesn't have harmonic major. Let's see if major pentatonic is close enough. Although we'll put this in major pentatonic and in E. Sorry, I'm getting off track. So what this is going to do is it's going to listen to another MIDI track, like a bass line, and it's going to create these chords in random ways in order and in a rhythm that will go with the beat. Uh-oh. Okay. Is this any better? Well, if I sound like a robot, I have a Daft Punk t-shirt on right now, so maybe that's what's creating that robotic effect. So what I need this to do is I need to get MIDI, not from the push. I need to get this from track B1. So what you'll see is so I'm going to press this generate. So you'll see it's getting notes from here, from track B1. And I'm going to add a little bit of a delay. It's not a traditional delay where you hear echo, but it's a delay when the chord is going to hit. Some inversions. And density. I want this to be a little more sparse. I could have this go up 12 semitone. And I'm going to add that scale that we put on our modular. And this is going to be in E. And it should be in our scale. Yeah, and it's generating some kind of fun So see, we have all of these different probability sliders as well. Great way to kind of generate some ideas that you wouldn't otherwise have. Especially for me, I'm not a great keyboard player. So what I'm gonna do, so what we can actually do, thanks, let's save this. Oh, we're in a new month. So I'm gonna have to, morning pages, and we're gonna have a new folder. April 2022. APR1. And we're in E, I think. Major harmonic. That could always change. And, gosh, I'm gonna have to look. What are we? Today's writing prompt is rain. I mean, maybe rooftop is better, huh? I'm gonna just put that in there. Just like yesterday, I hear the construction workers all going to this side of our building, so we might get more drilling. Hopefully they've moved down floors. Because even with my closed back headphones, I mean, it felt like the drilling was coming right into this ear. And then my neighbors are also putting in a new kitchen. So I was saying yesterday that I get the stereo of drilling and hammering, which is great for music production. I mean, actually today we could have done like an industrial, we could have taken some samples and done like an industrial track. That would have been kind of a good experiment. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. Let me tweak this pigments. Let's find maybe a different type. Like some kind of pluck. I'm gonna put in Analog Lab. By the way, does anybody have the new Analog Lab Collection 8? I'm on 7 right now. And I don't know, I mean, it looks like it's probably worth the upgrade because you get the latest version. So they're not gonna update the Jupiter 8 for me anymore. That's only available on the Collection 8. And then the new synths are this emulator, this Juno 6, just Juno 106, Juno 6, and Juno 60 emulation, which is fantastic. We can actually take a listen to whatever they provided in Analog Lab. You know, the Jupiter 8 again. I have Matrix 12. Yeah, so it would just be a couple of new synths. The SQ80. I'm not really familiar with that synth. Let's try this SQ80 just because I don't know too much about it. Oh, if we put a little arpeggio on here. Okay, so I'm gonna put this up 24 semitones and let's see what this sounds like. This is kind of cool. I'm gonna record this in, and then we'll bring in another instance, and then we'll generate a new pattern on this polyform. So let's record this in. This is the SQ80. I am not familiar with the sound of this one. So you can see how they describe this. A soft, sweeping, lo-fi arpeggiated synth. Let's try this. Oh, this is what we need to do. I need to actually arm it for it to listen. That makes sense. And so let's try this again. It's turning out kind of nicely. Yeah, well, that's why I was thinking. I have an upgrade path, but I don't know if I want to even spend that, because usually when they have those big sales, that means the next version's coming out. I don't know. What do you think? Aloha Hayes. We could change some of these. So, kind of cool, right? Like, oh wait, did we not get anything? Oh, no, here we did. So that polyform is kind of a neat little VST, I think. I mean, not VST, it's a Max for Live device. Try another. And I'm thinking I wanted to look for something plucky. That was pretty plucky. So, but maybe with something with rain. Let's see how this would sound. Let me generate something new. Grain guitar CMI. Oh, wait a second. Check this out. This raining sound, I'm gonna record this in. It's a patch from the 2600, and we can actually edit this preset. Let's take a look. Oh, I don't like the interface when I'm in Analog Lab. But let's record this rain sound in. I think it's static anyway. And then we can that'll be our synthesized rain. I have have some rain samples that I can also use, but let's just record this in so we have it. And you can see that Polyform is actually pressing some of these keys for me. But again, I think this is just a static patch anyway. I love how it's just really a random patch. Okay, that's probably enough. Yeah, I probably took too much of that. We can actually probably just go with we can actually reverse it. Let's see what the if we reverse this, how that sounds. Well, it sounds exactly the same. That's such a nice patch. Okay, let's find one more part with this. We don't need that it's raining patch. Oh. It's because maybe I'm gonna just clear that. I'm gonna look for types. This is already kind of a plucked string, right? This is actually kind of neat. It's almost like a... Let's keep this. This is like an aerial flute. How about a piano? Nope. Let's go by instruments. Let's see if they do have anything on this Juno 6. This will be a good way to test to see if it'd be worth it. Yeah, some kind of bells. Ooh. Maybe this is now a pad. All right, let's record this one in. Sorry. This was an SQ80, right? So I need to write that down. I'm just gonna mess around with some of these parameters. You can see how much fun this could be if you MIDI mapped all of these as well. This might have to be part of my template now. Okay, that's good. So now my density is at 0, so you won't hear anything. All right, so we've got a couple of different tracks now. Let's turn them all on and see how it sounds. This one is Rain, I think. Wait. No, this one is our Juno, Lily's Dream. This is our Rain right here. So that is our Rain. Now real quickly, I want to look at my, one of my samples that I had. User packs, oh shoots. I don't think I named it Rain. Samples, I have a recorded, field recorded sounds. And then I know I had some, no, well, shoot, I can't remember what I named it. Well, anyway, if you go out and do a lot of field recordings, it's probably, I'm not very good with remembering and labeling all of my sounds. So it might just be lost in the ether. Well, I have some sweeps. Actually, check this out. So these are from the Juno when it was working. Oh, my samples are offline. Where are they? Okay, I gotta find them. So, maybe this was 2 years ago when I realized that the Juno 106 was on its last leg. I went in and I just made a bunch of samples of noises and stuff, so actually, maybe Boris getting that getting the V Collection 8 might be good, because it would include that Juno. And it'd just be like having a Juno 106, 60, and 6 on the computer. Okay, so we won't look for that. Let's add... I just want this to be real subtle, but I want to give it some width, so I'm going to add a micro pitch and maybe a little bit of shimmer to it. So let's just listen to this rain for a second. All right. Oh, maybe we, well, no, it might be too high in the register. Take all the lows out. Make this really big, so it's almost the same. This adds some wind sounds to it, I guess, but where it helps is on the when it loops back around, and it's a good transition. In fact, let's pitch it down. And we just want this to be subtle in the background. All right, now let's bring in a little lead, and then yeah, I think if we bring in a little lead and then tweak the drums, and then at the end add go back to the radio, the Len VCO, and take a little clip to add a little bit of vocal. Getting that stuck number 5 key again. What do you think? Like a little horn? Something like that, all right. Let's go back up an octave. All right. Let's tweak this. First, let's quantize, and then I think we have enough material to make our jam today. Yeah, 49 bars, 48 bars. All right. And then, oh, the other thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add in a lot of delay. A little bit more attack as well. That might be too much, huh? Add some chorus. That's too much, huh? Maybe that's a little bit better, huh? Okay. I think we lost some of that original nice sound. Let's reset. Yeah, I'm liking that, but add a bit more chorus, a little bit more delay. Geez, I don't know. So now I'm liking the patch before. Let's go through and see if there's anything else we could find in here. No. Oh, something like this. Yeah. And then we're getting, yeah. Okay, we'll just go with this. All right, let's record that in. And while that's recording, I'm only gonna do one pass at it. I'm gonna program just a bit on the TR-8S to save some time. 2 birds with 1 clip. Okay, so I turned off loop. No, I didn't. Okay. And I'm just going to keep that patch as is. We increased the release, added a little detuning, and I think it
So I'm making that snare a little polyrhythm. Oh, let's bring in that CR78. Oh wait. Wrong track. Okay. That's what we're gonna bring in. On that poly snare, yeah. Okay. Let's add some reverb then. Okay, it's not too much gated. It's not that gated, but I think I'm gonna just stick with that. I don't feel like going into the TR editor right now. So let's go ahead and let's get this pattern in here and then add something to it. Because right now, this is actually just a 1-bar loop. So there's a lot of things I gotta tweak in the clip. But it's just easier to see everything visually. Okay. Oh, shoots. I didn't even get the full 8 bars. Let's try this again. Gonna have to clear these parts out here. take out the... Oops. Then, actually with these hi-hats, I'm gonna do my little 16th note trick. Oops, that's not it. Bring it all the way across. Oops, not that. And then I'm going to put some variation on the no, I'll keep pressing the wrong. Is it not control? It's command. I'm going to add some variation to the velocity, but overall I want to keep it maybe at a little bit above 80. And then rather than having it 16th note all the way across, I'm gonna have the chance at like 75%. And then add some LFO to this. Okay, now you can, if you have headphones on, you can hear it. Or if you're listening to this in stereo. I don't know, maybe I'm broadcasting it on or not. Who knows? So yeah. All right, I'm gonna save, and then I'm gonna drag this drum track over and just let it go, and yeah, we're on this streak where we're not crashing. It's a glorious day if you don't crash. Knock on wood. Knock on fake wood. Okay. It's radio time. Let's see what we got here. So, I'd like to turn to my favorite radio station, AM 1710. This is from April 1st, 1953.
Finally, she winds up standing next to me at the roulette table. I step back to make room.
No, please, monsieur, do continue. I'm only a spectator.
I wish that's all I was.
Bad luck?
Never been worse.
There's a little bit too much noise in the
You
back.
recommend it?
Why not?
Okay.
Okay, here we
But
go.
I could use a drink first.
On the house, I insist.
Oh, thanks, mademoiselle.
You have been here before, monsieur.
Mitchell. No, this is my first time. An old friend recommended the place.
Bravo?
Yeah.
There's too much
I
background
heard you mention
noise.
his name earlier at the bar. How is he?
Unhappy. The penal colony doesn't...
UFO paranormal. Let's see.
In a true sense of it, there are those that can prey on it when you are not watching your back, when you are not
Let's
aware
take this.
of all that surrounds you. And I remember when I was actually in New Orleans many years ago, looking at Tulane, and my brother and I were walking through one of the cemeteries, and it was
Yeah, this'll
there
work.
were no people there. It was just my brother and I, but it was very busy.
Right.
And I
This
could
is just
hear it,
called
I can feel it, and they were
UFO
having a
paranormal
party.
radio.
oh, this is not like the cemeteries
On
up
United
north,
Public
you know?
Radio.
The history is very different, but I swear it was just 1 decibel away from me actually hearing the conversation, it felt like.
Oh yeah.
And so there are just a lot of people who are unaware
I'm just gonna call
of
this
how to keep their space, how to
UFOA.
check in
Oh, I guess
with themselves and be strong and powerful. But the
UFFOA.
more you
The reason
do
why it
that,
didn't let
whether
me
through martial arts or
take that is because I have something else
self-reflection or
called
whatever it
UFOA
is, the
somewhere
more
in my
you can be
library.
strong in yourself, the less you need to give your power away to anybody else.
Okay,
You don't need to, and you just go. But then the cool flip side of that is the
that's
more
it. We'll
powerful
just
you
take those
are,
two.
well, the more attractive you are to people who
UFFOB.
just love.
Oh, well, hold on a second. Let me see if there's a pattern on the 303 TT303 that I can use. I have to admit I still haven't read the manual, and so I only know how to send MIDI to it and how to play the presets. I don't know how to do any of the other any of the other fun things. So I'm still on chapter 1 on the manual. I'm gonna read it this weekend, but I said that last week Friday as well. But yeah, so we've got our little UFO sample. Let's just really quickly play everything, and I'm gonna see if there's something I could find on this 303 that might be fun. And it's actually not even configured. There we go. Okay. So, no acid today. Because, I think I would have to restart. Okay. This is the one thing. Okay. Let's just try it, though, since we've saved everything. I'm going to click save. I'm going to quit. You can see all of my audio devices over here. And let's reload real quick. It's just me procrastinating on reading the manual. Yeah, so far, I mean, I've only read the first chapter or two. I mean, they're only a page long, but yeah, it seems like they really kind of thought it through, and it's written not like a regular manual. All right. Xavier, if you're still on, send me a message on your thoughts for the final master. So Xavier on here is and I are releasing, he remixed one of my tracks called Model Earth, and we're going to be releasing that on Earth Day, April 22nd. And oh my gosh. So that's the default radio station. Anyway, so, and he'll be mastering that one as well. I am not a master at mastering, though I do master all of my own things. And just through this process, I've learned so much, you know, about LUFS and the right formatting for streaming. I realized that I haven't been really uploading the optimal mix or the optimal master of any of my albums. I mean, they sound okay, but there are definitely a lot of things that you can do to get those to sound optimal on most streaming stations. I guess the tricky part is that each outlet, like Spotify and YouTube and Apple Music, all have different parameters on where they'll start limiting and maximizing. So I guess it's just kind of finding that good middle ground and just going with it. But yeah, going back and listening to some of the mixes, it's on the streaming services, you can tell that there is some added distortion. Most people won't really hear the difference, but you know, if you can stop that from happening, then of course that's a good thing. That's just a long-winded segue into now being able to, I think, access the acid machine. Let's see. See, there we go. So unfortunately, it looks like, you know, if you don't have, and it could just be my setup, but if you don't have one of the inputs enabled at the start of your set, you'll have to save and quit live altogether and then go back in, and then it'll be activated after you reactivate it within the settings. So now you can hear the acid. Okay, so our mix is pretty loud, so I'm going to turn everything down so we can see if there's anything we can do. I'm just going to use one of the presets, so let's just go through some of them. Maybe I could even bring the camera a little closer to the TT without unplugging anything over here. Here's the TT right here, and the manual right underneath. So, keeping it here, so I'll read it afterwards. That actually sounds pretty good right here. This is an option. Reset over to rifle tab. Oh, okay. The one thing that I do like about this is that you have all of this ability to add accents and hammer and slides on the fly, and a mute, which is just gonna kind of the virtual hand mute on a bass. And you can go up and down an octave. So really cool live performance features on there that you can't get from this box over here. And the thing that I like also is the form factor. So I'm going to be traveling with this one, and I don't want to mess it up, but you can see it's the same width, but it's definitely thinner, like by double, and it's also shorter by probably a third. So to reveal the tricks up your sleeve. Yes. And then the other cool thing, and I think, and I've seen this before online, so this isn't an original thought, but it came with its own deck saver and travel bag, which why don't all synth manufacturers do that? Because, you know, a little piece of plastic is super cheap, and Although if you buy a deck saver, they're like 40 bucks, right? And same goes with a bag. So anyway, they're very, I think, easy things that synth manufacturers can do. And I think Cyclone's done a good job at kind of, you know, realizing that, you know, they only have to add in an extra 50 cents to $1 to just, you know, manufacture these things and include it with the machine. Anyhow, let's just record this in. And we were using a square wave, right, on the Pro 1, so let's go ahead and use this sawtooth. And it's pretty straightforward, so let's just record it in. Okay, so since it's straightforward, I think that's probably enough. I always love how these sawtooth waves from the 303 look. I mean, if I saw this on a master, this would make me nervous, but we can't keep a 303 dry, right? Just for fun, let's add some distortion and see how that sounds on this otherwise cleaner-ish sounding song. Let's try this decapacitator. Oh yeah, I mean it sounds good on its own. Let's keep this, yeah, let's get this bright. Oh, and turn on the punish button. Hayes, do you know what the styles stand for? A, E, N, T, and P? Or anybody else out there?
watching your back, when you're not aware of all that's around you. And I remember when I was actually in New Orleans many years ago, looking at Tulane, and my brother and I, we were walking through one of the cemeteries, and there were no people there. It was just my brother and I, but it was very busy.
Right.
And I could hear it, I can feel it, and they were having a party, and I was like, oh, this is not like the cemeteries up north, you know?
I love how
History
the
is very
warping
different, but I swear
algorithm
was
just
just
made the
one
sounds
decibel away from me actually hearing the
staccato.
conversation. It felt
Right.
in a true sense of there are those that can prey on it when you are not watching your back, when you're not aware of all that's around you. And I remember when I was actually in New Orleans many years ago, looking at Tulane, and my brother and I, we were walking through one of the cemeteries, and there were no people there. It was just my brother and I, but it was very busy.
Yeah,
And I
let's
could
keep
hear
this.
it, I can feel it, and they were having a party, and I was like, oh, this is not like the cemeteries up north, you know?
No.
The history is very different, but I swear it was just one decibel away from me actually hearing the conversation. It felt
Right.
in a true sense of it. There are those that can prey on it when you are not watching your back, when you're not aware of all that's around you. And I remember when I was actually in New Orleans many years ago, looking at Tulane, and my brother and I were walking through one of the cemeteries.
This lady's voice, well, it's not really, but do you guys remember the song by The Orb, Little Fluffy Clouds? If it was a little slower, let's see.
In a true sense of it. There are those that can prey sense of it. There are those who that can prey on it and really are not watching the back.
Cool. Yeah, we will add some reverb to that. Maybe we'll just add we'll add a bunch of our return effect.
Right.
In a true
Right.
I don't want that. We'll just start right here.
in a true sense of it. There are those who that can prey on it.
Too much low end.
In a true sense of it. There are those who that can prey on it when you are not watching your back.
Make it sound like a telephone.
Not aware of all that's surrounding you. And I remember when
Yeah, I know that we're going to be a little muddy in some frequencies, but we're not going to spend too much time on the mixing portion of it. It's Friday. Okay, I've been having issues with this too. Clicking Shift and trying to select a bunch. You know what? I wonder if I have something going on with the mouse. Nope, that's not on. This one's on. But, you know, to multi-select, that's working. Why is this not letting me select them all? I got Shift down, and then it just stops, but I cannot select them all. I wonder if it's my keyboard. Let's try the laptop keyboard. No. Okay, troubleshooting time. Let's figure this out. I mean, well, never mind. Unfortunately, I think it could just be a matter of restarting the computer. So, might just have to, yeah, what is up with that? Okay, well, look, I can do this up to a certain point. I can do that up to here. No, it's so strange. Something's going on. There's a ghost. Okay, well, do I have to do this one by one? That is kind of annoying. Drums. See, I can select these two. Vocals. Nope, see, I still can't do it. I had this issue yesterday, but I was able to do it once. Acid. This is annoying. See, I can select two within the same column. Let's see these. Yeah, see? Okay, now I can select these three. So weird. Ah! All right, who knew that was going to be the most difficult part of this jam? Let's go through and listen to what we have so far and label things. This is our drum. This can probably go up a bit in volume. How's the levels on yours? It's our little vocal part. Those are already labeled. This is our Prophet solo, lead solo. We tweaked 195. I think this won't even go until the first break. So that over there. Here's our bass line. Bass line. This is our PT303 acid. And this is our little rain drone. This is our rain, simulated rain from the 2600. I wish I knew how to program something like that on the actual Behringer version. I'm still a work in progress. This is our SQ80 Plux from Polyform. I'm going to recolor that. And then this is Polyform. I'm going to recolor this one too. Lily's Dream, Polyform. Maybe we can start off with that. And the rain. The acid could come in maybe towards the end. We don't want this to be get too crazy. Bass comes in after 8. What do you think? that's a nice little beginning. Let's add a utility so we can fade the rain in and actually fade all of this. I'm gonna, to make my life easier, I'm just gonna group them because they're both kind of ambient. And I'll just treat the group with a utility. And here, we're just gonna fade this in fairly quickly. In fact, I'll add another utility here. Well, no. Let's see.
In a true sense. In a true sense, there are those who like prey on it when you are not watching them. When you're not aware, in a true sense, in a true sense, there are those who like prey on it when you are not watching them. There are those who like prey on it when you are not watching them. When you're not aware of all that's happening. And I remember when I was actually.
Oh yeah, we can, yeah. I think we can our break can be over here. Oh, you know what happened? Oh, shoots. You know what we did? We have 9 bars here. So... This is the easiest way I can think of doing this. I don't feel like doing math today. So we'll just make that 8-bar loop instead. And there we go. I think what I want to do here is we'll just bring the kick in for 16 bars. And maybe some of these little percussive elements. And then maybe, yeah, let's see. This will be our first break right here, and break. Then here, let's see. Here's where we will have our kick. And then, so for this jam, it looks we're using the hand clap as our Let's see. And then as we go further, we'll add in these little snares and rim shots. Something like that. Okay.
Oh, this is not like a cemetery of art, you know? The history is very different. I just wanted to decibel away from the conversation.
Do 16 bars here. Break 2. And then that's when we will introduce yeah, okay. This is when we'll introduce the acid, and we'll let that take us home. Let's see. Yeah. It'll be a nice short jam. This should be stretched out a little bit more. Go.
Oh, this is not like a cemetery of art, you know? The history is very different, but I just wanted to one decibel away from the actual conversation. And so just follow the how it is. How to check in.
So this rain is just gonna go throughout. Can drop, maybe we can drop it here. Bring this back in. These flux can stop right here. Yeah, this is fun. This is kind of like Legos, you know? Not the most musical portion of the process, at least for me. Oh, save. Yeah.
How to check in with themselves but the more you do that either in bars or self-reflection or whatever it is, the more you can do on themselves, the less
we only get that acid for a little while, but that's probably fine. Yeah, let's do this. And in fact, let's add some double delay on there. Yeah, and we'll let it fade like that. Okay, but what we can also do is maybe start like this. Let's see. And let it fade out with the rain. Okay, there we go. Oh, we do, let me just make sure. Okay, and it would be good to add in a couple of little fills. Add in this. Add in some of these claps. Oh, shoots. Since we restarted, I have to recalibrate my default MIDI velocity. Shoots. Let's see how this is going to sound. there shouldn't be a real big build, yeah. Let's see. This isn't the type of track to like try and build excitement to the point where it's like, it's more of a chill track. Even take these guys out. All right. So I think we are done. And yeah, I'm gonna turn my mic off as I loop point right here. I'm gonna do some light mastering in Ozone. And yes, of course, save. And yeah, it's been a good week. Had some fun jams. I hope everybody has a great weekend. Stay tuned for a raid. Also stay tuned for a little bit. I'm just gonna do some light mastering, and we'll put this up on SoundCloud as soon as I figure out a new cover for April. I completely forgot that our month has changed. So if you're in France, have fun in the snow, I guess. If you're in Spain, have fun in the sun. Haze, I know you're stateside, so are there any? Well, anyways, happy April Fool's Day for everyone, and hope you guys don't get tricked. Aloha. I'm going to turn off my mic. Stay tuned for a little bit of light Ozone, and then also stay tuned for a raid if you're on Twitch. Thanks for hanging out again, and we'll see you again next week. Aloha. why I'm getting all these audio glitches. I'm at a perfectly, you know, conservative buffer size. I think it might be OBS, which I just saw was updated. Man, I don't know if you guys stream and you guys have experienced some of the same things, let me know. Apparently, the computer and my current system does not like adding this low-end focus. It's definitely an OBS thing. Streamlabs OBS thing. All right. See you guys. Aloha. Have a great weekend.
In a true sense of it, there are those that can prey on you when you are not watching that. When you're not aware of all that's just. And there was my themselves and make sound awful. But the more you do that, either with bars or self-expression or whatever it is, the more you can do sound yourself. So that's one
Hey guys, so stay tuned for a raid of Mini Bear. We co-presented a couple days ago at the Ableton user group. She is so great, and she has a really cool 80s style retro new wave synthwave type sound. So stay tuned for Mini Bear.